Hi friends, in this video we see control system questions asked in TNEBA exam 2018. The first question is the open loop transfer function of a unity feedback system is given by k by s into s plus 1. If the value of k is such that the system is critically damped, the closed loop pole will be at. So they have given open loop transfer function, right? And it is unity feedback, so h of s is equal to 1, right? So h of s is equal to 1 because it is unity feedback and it is open loop transfer function g of s, right? Now we have to find the value of k such that it should be critically damped, right? Okay, so g of s is equal to k by s into s plus 1. H of s is equal to 1 because it is a unity feedback control system. So I have to find k value for second order system. For second order system, so first we find C of s by R of s, that is equal to g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. So if you do that, g of s equal to k by s into s plus 1 divided by 1 plus k by s into s plus 1 into 1 because h of s is equal to 1. If you simplify, what you get is k by s squared plus s plus k. This is my c of s divided by r of s. But the general equation for second order system is omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. Right? They told, so now we compare left hand side with the right hand side. They told it is critically damped. For critical damping system, zeta is equal to 1. Right? Compare left hand side and right hand side. 2 zeta omega n is equal to 1. Right? So here we compare. This is coefficient 1. This is 2 zeta omega n. Omega n squared is equal to k. Right? So omega n squared is equal to k. So what happens? Omega n squared is equal to k. Omega n is equal to root k. 2 zeta omega n is equal to 1. This implies omega n is equal to 1 by 2 because k is equal zeta is equal to 1 for critically damped system. So omega n is equal to 2. 1 by 2 means 1 by 2 is equal to root k. This implies k is equal to 1 by 4. Now we found k value, but what we have to find is pole, right? The poles, closed loop pole. So where will be our closed loop pole? Let me erase it. Right? So k is equal to 1 by 4. What is my denominator then? S square plus s plus k. Instead of k, I substitute 1 by 4. The denominator is giving the pole value. If you simplify, it will be s plus 0.5 whole square, that is equal to 0. So what is my denominator? Numerator is k 1 by 4 divided by denominator is s square plus, sorry, s plus 0.5 whole square. So s is equal to 0.5 is a pole. So we have pole at minus 0.5. So option D is the right answer. Right. Next question. The transfer function of a first order system is given by g of s equal to k by s tau plus 1. What is the impulse response? Impulse response is nothing but inverse Laplace transform of transfer function. So L inverse of C of s, right? So if they give you anything, no problem. So here g of s, right? So what is the g of s? K by s tau plus 1. So let us assume g of s, right? So they give this as L inverse of k by s tau plus 1. So if I have a formula for s plus a only, so I take tau outside, so L inverse k tau I take outside, it will become s plus 1 by tau. So k by tau is constant, I take it outside, k by tau L inverse of S, L inverse of 1 by S plus 1 by tau, right? So K by tau, L inverse of 1 by S plus A is e power minus AT, right? So A is nothing but 1 by tau into T, right? We know that L inverse of 1 by S plus A is equal to e power minus AT. So what is my impulse response? C of t is equal, or G of t is equal to K by tau e power minus T by tau. So K by tau e power minus T by tau. So option B is the right answer. Next one, the first two values of roots tabulation of a third order equation are as follows, right? So then this means they are, so they have given first two value rows, we find the remaining two rows, then we come to the conclusion, right? So what about the first row? S cube, this is 2 2. Second row, S squared is 4 4, right? So 4 4, clear that we can make it as take a common factor, so it will become 1 1 also. So or 1 comma 1, right? So what will happen when you simplify this? What we get is 4 minus 2, 4 into 2 minus 4 into 2, it will become 0. This is also 0. So row of 0, right? So it is a second order row of 0, right? So what is the factor? Whenever we get row of 0, what we have to do? We have to differentiate the row above the row of 0. From that we can find. So it is a factor of s squared. So 4 s squared. Next one 4 into s power 0, right? We know that. So 4s squared plus 4 is equal to 0. This implies s squared plus 1 is equal to 0. S is equal to plus or minus j. We keep it like this. Now we come to the point. So now after this is right auxiliary equation. So I find auxiliary equation. This equation is known as auxiliary equation. This equation is formed from the taking the terms above the row of 0. So this is a term above the row of 0. So from that I find AE, right? So the power of AE determine how many poles are lying on the imaginary axis. So this has two power of 2, maximum power is 2. So it implies two poles are lying on the imaginary axis, right? Okay, next we complete this. So if I now how can I write S row, the row of S? Now we have to differentiate this factor, right? So differentiate means if you differentiate S squared, it will differentiate S squared, it will become 2S. So 2S plus 0 is equal to 0. So S1 will be 2 0, right? Now S power 0 will be 2 into 4, 8 by 4, right? So 2 into 4 into 8, 2 into 4 is 8, 8 by 2 is again 4, right? So you see the first column has no negative symbol, right? That means it is a stable system. So it is a power of 3. So that means we have 3 poles. Out of 3 poles, we have 2 poles on imaginary axis. So where should be my another one pole? It should be in left hand side because it's a stable system. For a stable system, pole should lie in the left side of S plane. So we have 2 poles on the imaginary axis. One pole is on the left side of the S plane. So 2 roots or poles in the plus or minus j, one root in the left side of S plane. So option D is the right answer. Next one, consider the following statements, right? So many systems are designed for a peak overshoot in the range of 5 to 25%, right? Next one is desired dominant closed loop poles are usually complex conjugate pair, right? Yes, normally we design peak overshoot in the range of 5 to 25%, and a dominant pole should be in the complex conjugate pair only. So both the statements are right. Next one, a system has transfer function of C of s by R of s equal to s plus 3 divided by s into s square plus 2s plus 2, right? So it is a order dash order system. Order means total maximum power of the denominator of the transfer function. So what's the maximum power? This is s plus 3. Denominator only we have to take. It is s into s square plus 3s plus 2. This one has power of 2, this one is 1. So when you multiply s into s squared, it will be the denominator will have a maximum power of s cube. So that is given, that gives the order of the system. So it is order 3 system, right? And this system has poles are located at where and zeros are located. So we know that 0 is a value of s in the transfer function, which makes total function will be 0. So when you substitute this s is equal to minus 3, the total function c of s divided by r of s will become 0. S is equal to minus 3 means minus 3 plus 3, it will become 0. So total function will be 0. So my 0 located at minus 3. So what is the only thing I have to find? Pole location. So these two options are wrong. We have only two choice, A and B, right? So in this equation, both what is the denominator? Denominator only gives the pole of the transfer function. Pole, how can we find? We have to factorize it and find the poles, which makes total transfer function becomes infinity. So we have s into s squared plus 2, right? So in the denominator we have 1 by s into s squared plus 2s plus 2. 2, okay, 2s plus 2, right? This implies s is equal to 0 is a pole, because when you substitute s is equal to 0, the total function will become infinity. So that is one pole. What is another pole? We find from this. So s squared plus 2s plus 2 is equal to 0. So what is my s1 and s2? That is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac by 2 into a. So that is equal to minus 2 plus or minus, this is 4 minus 8 minus 4, that means 2i divided by 2. That is equal to minus 1 plus or minus I. These are all remaining two poles, right? So what is the answer? So I have minus 1 plus or minus j, right? So this is the answer, type 3 system, right? Even if we know that it's type 2 only, so it is also wrong answer. Type 3 is the right answer, right? Because maximum power is 3. So option B is the right answer, right? Okay, next one. If any of the coefficients of the characteristic equation dash in the presence of at least one positive coefficient, then the system is unstable. We know that in the characteristic equation, if any coefficient is absent or negative, the system will become unstable system. So the option C is the right answer. It is from Routh-Hurwitz criteria, right? So whenever you want to solve the Routh-Hurwitz criteria, all the coefficients should be present. Suppose if your equation is having s cube s squared plus s plus k, means all the four coefficients should be present. If you are having the equation like this, s cube plus 2s plus k is equal to 0, here the coefficient s squared is missing, right? So this is unstable system. Similarly, if you are having s cube minus 2s squared plus s plus 1 is equal to 0, here all are present, but still it is having a negative symbol. So again this system is unstable system. So option C is the right answer, right? So that's all about this session. If you are having any doubt, please ask me in comment section. I will clarify all your doubts. Thank you.